Welcome to another episode of Boks Watch. I tell you what, now that this Nations Championship is out of the way, we can start looking forward to the big deal, to the Greatest Rivalry tour, which is only a few weeks away. It's really snuck up on us.
Can't wait, Ross.
It's going to be amazing. A lot of late nights, early mornings up to watch some of these footy games for New Zealanders. Here's the thing. When we look at what's happened during the July window, we see two teams in two very different places. We see the two-time world champions rotating, getting through players, trying new players, bringing back old players. We see a New Zealand team building something brand new under a new coach, Brynner.
Yep.
When you look at those two elements, do you feel like heading into a first test match, there's a level pegging there? Are we talking about 50-50 or things very much in favour of the South Africans still because of, I suppose, that history over the last little while and their ranking?
Being in South Africa as well is a bloody hard thing to do, especially when you go into Johannesburg. I know we'll have a few not Super Rugby teams playing the URC teams to be able to get training and being able to be there. So obviously the playing in South Africa is its own challenge, but I think also the challenge of what you said, Ross, like they are the defending World Cup champions 2 years in a row. They've been able to build depth. What was it, 43 players that you used, Jip? 46 players that they've used over this July series. So building that confidence and having, the willingness to be able to do that. Russie has had a clear plan around that, which is great for them. But I think for us, having a new coaching group, bringing in, everything very new in a very short amount of time, we probably just haven't had the opportunity to be able to do that. And we have given guys debuts that have had a chance, but I just think for us, we're in a different playing field. We're with the South Africans, they're a little bit different with where we are.
I think it's 50-50 after July. I certainly wasn't in that space. I thought, I've got full belief that.
Oh yeah, I agree, man.
The style has definitely put us. It's going to be close. I think you'll see it in the markets, gamble responsibly. But you'll see the old $1.85, $1.90.
I'd love to think what the South Africans are thinking.
Plus or minus. That'll be the geez, we should get a betcha sponsorship.
Clear eyes?
If you would like to sponsor us, jump on board.
Gamble responsibly.
Going to be reaching a lot of people in New Zealand, South Africa, Australia, all around the world. So partner up, please. Okay, here's the thing. I don't think the South Africans are in a place where they worry too much anymore. There is a confidence there. But there is an element of the unknown that does probably make them think, what's going to happen here?
I think there's a confidence, which they should have. Like they've won a lot of games in a lot of different ways over a long period of time in winning World Cups. But we said it at the start, I think, after the French and probably the duration of this July series, the way we are playing, they would be like, oh, this is a different All Blacks team, and maybe the level of intensity around us coming over is going to be different. Like if we were the team that we were probably last year, I'd be there probably sitting like pretty confident if you're a South African supporter or a South African player, even though there's that rivalry with the All Blacks. But look, the ball and play, the attacking numbers, everything that we've kind of gone back to our New Zealand DNA, I think it just sits more weight, I believe, for the South Africans. Probably it's sat probably before this July series.
Well, in little South Africa up in Tour Bay, I tell you what, there is nerves.
Yeah.
And it's Dave Rennie.
Yeah.
They honestly, I didn't even know that he had such a successful record, but every second conversation is about Dave Rennie's style, makes them, and this is a community that has taken great pleasure in rubbing my face in it. And I've taken it on the chin, but I think it's all square. I genuinely do. And I'm confident now. Like I'm genuinely confident we can go up there and get a result.
Let's put it in a nutshell then. When you've seen the Boks play and you've seen New Zealand play, you've seen the DNA, and obviously I think we've seen the South African DNA. What are you seeing? What is that style right now, Jip, from both teams? How are they different?
Their manipulation of play via the boot and the directness. So you're seeing very limited offloads. So the one impressive thing is, I always said it, when Liam McDonald came into the Blues and he always said, man, forwards, you've got to get 4 metre carries. That's when you know you're at the sweet spot. You've got them behind the defensive line, and your nines can come into the game. And I think you saw Reinach, nice little ball to the Cobus Visa, little sort of blind runner line off the back of a strong carry. South Africans average the highest carry. It's 4 meters, just over. I think it's just under 4.1 meters. I think the All Blacks have increased theirs to over 3 meters. But they're a team that doesn't rely on up-tempo, big cleans. They can just generate it.
Yeah, less volume, more efficiency.
Yeah, and it's just direct. They don't have to necessarily go between defenders. They don't have to get creative. If they want to generate quick ball, they'll generate quick ball. So that is something, where we spoke about time in the tackle, because they will run upright.
Yeah.
But it's how do you stop that mass? And how do you create that time in the tackle? And I think that's something that we need to work on, but I think it's something I need to be wary of, because it's clear defensively that the All Blacks are working on it. But I feel their ability to go, okay, we're going to play this, we're going to play quick now. Okay, now we want to slow it down, conserve energy, we want to take it to a scrum, so we'll put it in a contest, so if they knock it on, we get a scrum, if not, we get it back and we'll play quick. Do you know what I mean? Like they're very much, you feel every test match you watch, they're the driver.
Yeah.
They're dictating terms. And the key will be, how do you disrupt that?
And how do you disrupt that?
2 ways.
Yeah.
The first way is, like, if you are the All Blacks defensively, you've just got to win firstly collisions, and you've got to do it more times than often. Like, their gain line percentage is probably the best in the world of being able to get over the advantage line, to the point that Jib is touching on around their forwards being able to generate their own ability to get over the gain line. So the collision area will be massive in and around that for the All Blacks, and probably the selection probably in and around, with the Tupo Vai'i being at the number 6 role and having big bodies like we saw against the Irish, will play a big part of that. But then I also think a big thing that's going to stop them, and I've touched on it already, like the high octane and playing on top of them will be big for us. Like some of the stats is that, like, we have 177 carries through a game through this July series. The South Africans have 100, 110, but they manufacture that through their kicking game, being able to go to scrums, being able to go to line out. So they're obviously, we actually talked on it last week, that when they do play, they go all balls out for it, because they're playing at a high tempo for a short burst, and they're very, very good at that. And I look at probably the offloads, like they generate 4 offloads a game, whereas the All Blacks are at 10. So I think of us being able to take them off their feet, playing that high tempo, is going to be very, very good for us. Now, the challenge for us is that if we don't get that good quick ball, they bring high line speed on the edge. So then it's been able to identify and adjust, like we probably did against the Irish. We're able to go to our kicking game. The contestables with 23 kicks, which was the highest during the July series. So I just think it's going to be able to marry up when we don't get that, what we saw against the Irish, but backing our skill set in this high tempo and being able to ask questions of this defense. Because as Chip knows, if you get good quick ball on the edges, it's a lot harder, and sometimes they are reckless. And so us being able to have those short ball options that we've seen throughout this July series, our guys swinging, Morby, Jordan, Love, McKenzie, all working in synergy, it's going to be hard for, like, if you're Colby or Colby and your wingers, fussy in the back, to be able to try and stop that.
A couple of areas for me, how do we need to nullify it? Set piece. Okay, so we've got to match them there, but more importantly, we can't give penalties away. So discipline and set piece go hand in hand, because they just milk penalties, and then they go to the corner and they maul you. So the best way to defend them all is don't give away a penalty, because then they can't get in there. But a lot of that they want to come from the scrum. Now, we can avoid more scrums is if we can operate this high ball method of catching over our shoulder, or Ruben Love, whoever it is. If we don't have knock-ons, like a lot of their scrums come from knock-ons from that aerial game. So take that away. So if you're taking away the ability for them to kick and get the result they want, and then the ability to go from set piece to set piece, you're going a long way. And then to Bryn's point, if we can, I suppose, do those picks through the middle and keep the ball going, you can't bring line speed. Yeah. They're just not going to get set. And then there's bodies in motion. Then you've got Paddy's short ball. Then you've got Morby out the back. You've got Josh Lord staying square. You take the collision away, because you can find between bodies. You can find the space. And then it's just that effort. You watch Damien, he'll do a pass, he'll loop round looking for those double efforts. So it's there, and we've seen it. We know we can nullify it. It's then just executing on the day. And I think the two big areas is scrum and line out, obviously, more defence, and then scrum not allowing those penalties, and then this aerial. If we can show what we showed against Ireland, that takes a lot of them being the dictator. now we're in the race. Now we're dictating terms. You only win rugby games when you play on your terms. Crusaders did it for years. They always played on their terms. And if you disrupt them out of that, oh, well, give me a penalty, we'll go to the corner, we'll do a maul. So we've got to get more wins than losses in those areas so that we're dictating the terms more often.
One of the interesting things about this series will be what happens in those key playmaker positions. Now, what we've seen from the All Blacks with the way that they've built this, usually a 9, 10, 15 axis, but really they've got a 12 there as a playmaker as well, and Geordie Barrett. We've seen that the same way the whole way through, and it's hard to imagine that we won't necessarily see that. Injuries could change it if they're all fit. Keep that same lot through those 3 tests in Africa, right?
100%. Sorry.
No. Well, exactly. Well, 100%. But when you look at the Africans, there is a really good chance that week to week you're going to see a change. Apparently, Sasha could be fit in time. You've got Lebok and you've got also Pollard. Week on week on week, we could see a different approach.
The bulk of the areas have come from those changes, though.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's risk.
But those guys are less risky because they're so experienced.
100%. I just think handling errors in particular, it's come from positions that have chopped and changed. And that to me provides an opportunity. I hope they do it.
Yeah.
Because if they pull it off,
But if they are going to make 17 mistakes, then for us, like with how we are
19.
playing, 19.
19.
That's a lot of opportunities to give to a team that wants to play.
They're under no defensive pressure.
Yeah.
For those 19.
So yeah.
You'd have to think they will pull that back. I'm
going to have to move out of Torbo. I've come in far too hot today.
But to Jibba's point, I think they have shown a lot of variety in probably this July series and probably actually throughout along Russie's tenure. But with what's on the line, the guys that he does trust, the guys that have won it and done it over and over and over again, they'll have to play a big part in and around that.
And it's unlikely to be Moyo or
you'd have to think so.
He
wasn't.
Yeah, it's going to be those
great.
3 guys that we've seen.
Yeah, because Lebok, he's been playing well.
Yeah, but Sasha can play against Argentina by the sounds of it, the update overnight. So if he's fit in time for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got enough runs on the board.
Even then, they have no problem shifting him out, not worrying about it. And going in a different route for game 3 or whatever it might be.
I hope Valencia was at 15. Well, actually, I don't. I say that because I think he's outstanding.
Yeah.
But his, I think he's quite a critical player. Even when he came on this morning, his footwork, his ability to create something out of nothing. But yeah, I don't see too much of Pollard. I don't know. He made a lot of errors.
Yeah.
He missed a lot of tackles. He tackled at 30%. I don't see them giving us that opportunity.
I just think with the way that they are playing at the moment, they have evolved. I think traditionally when Pollard was playing, they were very kicking based. His game management been able to play a little bit slower, but I think with this kind of up tempo way that South Africa are playing,
and they kick everything off 9.
And Lebok can be able to get those ball playing 10s a little bit more now. So I think probably Lebok if Freiburg Mwanzunu isn't good.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem to matter whether it's Reinach or Williams, they're good halves.
Or even Yenchis. Was it Yenchis that came on?
Yeah.
There was his first test match in a long time. So, there's probably 3 others that have played as well during the device series. So, talk around depth of 4 with Razor, they've got depth of 6, 7, it seems, coming through South Africa right now.
It's a real challenge. And then I suppose if you look out wide, they appear to be maybe a little bit more conservative in that they know who their wingers are in the big games, right?
What I find with the wingers, Ross, in South Africa, they play all the same.
Yeah.
Like, was it Williams, his debut?
Yeah.
Plays exactly like Van der Merwe and Colby. Like, they all have a similar skill set or a type that they want as their wingers. Because they just seem like, there you go, there's another Colby. There's another one floating around.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Probably hooker's probably the only difference, I'd say.
It's going to be amazing, and we look forward to bringing you as much coverage as we can on our podcast. So please go to Aotearoa Rugby Pod each Monday New Zealand time. So it will come out, I suppose, Monday morning South Africa time each week, and then the Boks Watch, which will come out midweek, where we could dig a little bit deeper into the Springboks.
Come out.
So yeah, please join us for that, and we'll continue to bring you plenty of content. Thank you very much. Catch you later on the Aotearoa Rugby Pod.